John.
Yes, sir.
Night and day.
So you don't like it?
Love
I
the
knew you would
sound.
like it.
This right here is what motivates us to do what we do. We share a love of music with our clients and create car audio systems that they can enjoy on a daily basis. But before we could get here, we had to first map out an audio system that nobody else had mapped out. This is part 2 of our Defender 110 audio upgrade, where it all came together. So how did we get here? In part 1, we had the client bring in his Defender 110 for an evaluation, because the vehicle build sheet said it was the 19-speaker, 1280-watt Meridian system. However, upon inspection, we could only see 13 speakers, and it turns out that it actually has 14 speakers. We believe the dual voice coil subwoofer is being counted as 2 speakers, technically making this the 15-speaker Meridian sound system. John accessed the factory amp, identified wiring for each speaker, tested impedances, and ran pink noise through various channels to map out the factory system's true layout. Here's what we found. The mids were all crossed over with no top end. The underseat subwoofer was dual voice coil, playing 80 Hz and down. The rear surrounds only played 4K and up. And the center channel mid-range was sharing telematics functions. This meant the best route for an audio upgrade was a matching channel-per-channel DSP amplifier solution. With the factory system laid out, we put together a tailored upgrade for the client featuring Morel Hybrid 3-ways in front and 2-ways in the rear, a Helix V12 DSP amp to power the Morel speakers, plus both voice coils of the factory subwoofer, and an up 1FX to power a Morel PowerSlim 12-inch subwoofer. John will fabricate a custom enclosure for the Morel sub to reside in place of the client's third-row seat. He will use his new 3D printer to make speaker mounting adapters and design a custom console insert for the conductor DSP control knob, as well as the client's existing CV radio. John starts this project off with the speaker installation and the sound dampening application. Let's get started. John is starting with the door disassembly to do the dampening and replace the speakers, and it's very intricate. These are all the different parts to the door panel, along with that. And all of that has to come out just to gain access so he can start doing sound dampening. And all these harnesses have to be disconnected too in the process. So it's pretty intricate just to replace the speakers in this car. We'll get this side done. I'm not sure if he's going to make adapters for these or if the ones I ordered are going to be compatible. And once he gets that done, we'll show it, what it looks like.
Something's happening there. I've never been this close from you. The smell of your perfume makes me leave the ground.
John takes his time applying the Dynaliner for a perfect fit.
Your voices are rain falling on my house. Your love is the plane that takes me off. And your heart sounds like. And your heart.
The CFMK 165 JLR.1 from Helix were a proper fit for the 6.5-inch door woofers. We did have to modify them slightly for the Morel speakers.
I'm going to take this one out. Out with this, in with this. That's here.
John is in the process of mounting that Morel mid-range to the passenger side door panel, and He's been playing around with his Bamboo Labs 3D printer, learning how to use it.
Trying to learn CAD
Yes.
on the fly here.
No, I'm impressed with what you've done so far. So
Yeah, so instead of making it with, let's see, my first attempt, it's just out of plastic and just hand doing it.
okay.
I was like, oh, why not just print something from the expensive printer? Anyway, so I came up with this. A nice 4-degree chamfer. And all I have to do is just trim.
Okay, so we still haven't figured out how to get these parameters entered into it, but you at least
Not yet.
okay.
But I at least was able to do this. And then when I first did it, I started grinding away. I realized that I needed more infill. I don't know where I put it. But
That's
anyway,
okay.
so I figured out through the slicer you can make this more solid.
Yep.
So that when you grind it away, it's not just a checkered pattern. And then I changed the pattern to a concentric. So it's kind of cool.
And so this is what the end result was.
end
You can
result-
see on the other side
Yeah,
what you're
we'll
talking
do this,
about
and then we're gonna do little inserts.
to mount the speaker.
This guy, like this.
Cool. The ones I ordered for the doors worked out,
Yes.
so those matched.
I had to.
I had put 2 sets aside
I had
so
to
you could
tweak
let me
'em.
know which one you use. Yeah, because these are made for the
Right,
Helix
they're making a
speakers.
helix. So I had to shave off the face.
Yep.
And make them flat. And they took perfect.
Cool.
Pepper, Peter, pickle, pepper, and he went off. Butcher, banker, candle maker, thirsty for the power. Passing around the room with the supersonic blaster. Eating up the doom as the clock is ticking faster. Kiwi is a cross of a strawberry and a lime. So detuned that the truth is a tight line. Giving titty twisters like you're stuck in 1999. Ain't what you feel me, boo, boo, it's a gold line. Lean back, just like that. Push me down, let me do that dance. So squeeze that, no more hands.
With the speaker mounting adapter sorted out, John completes the speaker installation and begins buttoning up the doors.
But you feel like a rock star, don't you know? I know you get off every time you get me down. Like a rock star, gone too far. You got us all living on the seaside. Like a rock star, don't you know? I know you get off every time you get me down. Like a rock star, gone too far. Oh, you got us all living on the seaside.
All done.
He then moves on to removing the third row seat, wiring up both amps, and prepping for the custom subwoofer enclosure.
So, amp rack, we're gonna 3D print some brackets to mount this, and then we're gonna do a box in here, and then do a false floor up to here to cover everything.
Is that where the original floor started? Was right here?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So we have
So there's a little bit more room than it looks. It's a little deceiving.
Yeah. So I mean, we have what we need.
Okay. It's
I
tight.
might have to extend it over this, but probably not. But if I do, I will.
Okay.
So it might be a 2-tiered box. But this will be underneath, possibly something like that. And cabling.
That's all your speed wire
Yeah, my inputs and outputs.
that are connected to the factory amp wires over there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Got my conductor cable. We got our battery cable ready to go, and so on and so forth.
Where is the battery? Did we figure that out?
Under the passenger seat,
Okay.
and then there's a bunch of stuff back here, power supplies and stuff.
And the old seat is out.
Is out.
Yeah,
That's how much
that's a
room we
lot
have.
of space. Okay.
Yeah, we have enough space. We definitely have enough. So if you want a second 12, no problem.
Yeah. Okay. After wiring up the amps, John applies sound dampening in the rear and moves on to designing the subwoofer enclosure.
Yeah, I have enough.
And
I only need a half a cube.
you're all wired up.
I'm all wired up.
So
Factory amp. So everything is going to be high level. What was it, 12 channels?
yep.
Yeah, 12 channels out, 12 channels in, 12 channels out. Subwoofer out.
And then for reference, this is where the usual floor is.
Yes.
Starting at those posts there.
Yeah, so we
Okay.
took the rear seat out, the third row seat out completely. And that's sitting over there.
Okay.
And we're just going to put basically a nice platform, cover the amp rack, and do a subwoofer right there.
Okay.
And then I will cover that with screening, and everything will be hidden.
And I'm just looking at all, this is all sound damping that you've added
Yeah,
everywhere.
anything
All of this
that can
grace.
rattle, like I put some stuff on here. Anything that the panel's touching, I'll put some in the back of the panels that I put back on as well.
And you did the back door
I
too?
did the back door as well.
Okay.
So we did the Dynamat and we did the Dynaliner on this.
Nice.
Yeah, you're awesome.
John begins building the enclosure for the Morel PowerSlim 12-inch subwoofer.
It's going to be such a cool box. It's so square. I'm building a enclosure for a Morel subwoofer.
Half a cubic foot, right?
0.8. It's actually 0.74
Oh, really?
something.
Oh, because we went with the 12, right?
Yep.
Okay. And have you decided, is it going to extend across the amp, or
No. doesn't
so
need
it's just
to.
going to be a nice little square box?
Tight fit. And then we'll make a nice cover piece for it. It's going to be solid.
Do you use the Basebox Pro software to design it?
Yeah, I'm still using Basebox Pro. It's 6.0.
Okay.
I like it. It's not updated anymore, but it works. Gives you nice like cut sheets. Awesome. I can go down probably another ½ inch if I move some stuff around, but I should have enough for the excursion of the woofer and the cover plate.
that goes on top.
Yeah, and it should come flush to this.
Oh, okay, so the cover is going to go flush that.
Yep.
So it's really tight.
Really tight.
Okay.
It's really tight.
Come together.
Yeah.
With the enclosure sorted out, John moves on to building the new trunk floor covering.
Good color.
Okay, what have you done so far?
I covered the box in a felt, really thin felt, because that's all the room I have.
This material right here.
Yep.
Okay.
And it just barely fits where it's going.
Okay.
I want it without doing extravagance. And now I'm just covering the board. Put the screen underneath it.
So that's just for venting,
Mm-hmm.
so
The
that
will play through this.
it's he won't see anything, and it's just going to look like the original
Right, and
trunk
you can
floor.
still load stuff on it.
Okay.
I don't know what I'm going to do about this rubber mat though. We'll try it with and without.
Okay.
It worked well in the element that we did. He's got a rubber mat that he leaves on there, plenty of base.
Okay.
What else are we doing? Then I have to make another piece that folds up from here so you can access his jack.
Okay, so because this is just covering
This will cover
the front part over here, and then you're gonna make another piece for this. Okay.
for basically this section.
Okay.
I'll address that when I get there.
Cool.
We noticed that this wasn't sitting as flush as I would have liked it, so John is going to try notching out on these two edges to see if we can make it sit a little flatter. And you were working on...
To see if I can. I'm going to.
Okay.
That works.
And you put that together with two different pieces?
Yep. Because there's a couple of things that it has to sit on. The bottom.
Okay. So you notched out on the bottom,
Yeah.
and then it's just going to be carpeted on top?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Anyway, that's because of these two locators. That's it.
And the notches on that panel are basically for here
Yeah.
and here, so we can see if we can make it sit a little flatter.
Yeah. Just a little bit.
Cool. After notching out the underside of the new floor covering, it's sitting nice and flush.
Yeah, so.
Looking good. So how does this work? If he needs to access, you still need to make like a loop or something?
Yeah, I'll make a loop, but there's a lot I need to do. Basically, yeah, it fits really well. But this is gonna have to slide down and in. Not yet, but it will,
Okay, your arm's in the way. There we go.
because this is worthless because the jack is over here. So I'm not gonna cut this board up because it just fits so nice.
So maybe put the loop on this one?
Yeah,
So
I'll
he
put
can
the
just
loop
pull
on this
this up
one, and he
then
can get to his toe hook,
Yeah, but then he could lift that up
and
once
then he
you...
can lift this one.
Yeah.
But I'll probably put a hinge or something over there. I'm not sure yet, but I still have to clean these up.
Okay.
Grind them down a little bit more, but it's looking better.
This was where John was originally thinking of putting the conductor, but after chatting with the client, he came up with an alternate mount in place of the cup holders.
Our first attempt, our first scan ever, actually.
Yeah, so that you're basically trying to replicate that panel,
Right, and then I'm gonna
but
put the
without
conductor
the...
and a switch for his lights.
Okay. But you're gonna have it flat, right, without the ridge, or is that not
No,
possible?
I want the ridge and everything.
Okay. Well, I thought the ridges might get in the way of whatever you're mounting.
Oh, we'll take the center one out.
Okay, I like that idea.
Yeah.
And
This thing's working perfectly
this
now.
3D scanner that you bought, you did a lot of research. You watched a lot of YouTube. And which one
Not
did you
me.
decide on?
The Revo scan.
This thing?
The Metro.
In this big case right here?
This one, yeah. That's
Okay.
yeah. Revo Point Metro X, I think it is.
See this expensive new piece of hardware that can allow us to do some cool stuff.
Hopefully. No.
So that is the 3D scanner.
Mm-hmm.
And then these are,
It's the turntable
okay,
for smaller things. It's automatic.
because the dots have to be in a certain area for it to
Yeah,
know.
I think you need 5 dots. So it knows where it is.
Okay.
But they could be on the actual thing you're scanning, or you could scan without them.
Yeah, because yesterday you put a bunch of, kind of like this pattern, you had laid out a bunch
Yeah.
of dots on
So
that
it comes with a
plastic
bunch
piece
of
of
them.
panel.
So I'll show you what my
Yeah,
first
I'll
scan
show you,
looks like.
see what the scan looked like.
I say
That's pretty
I
good.
actually took the dots out.
Yeah.
yeah.
So you have to redo it without the dots on the edges, right?
Yeah, I really don't think I even need the dots, but
Yeah.
if I take out
Because it
everything I
looks like
did,
it put the dots on the...
well, they're in there, but then there's a thing to take them out.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Let's see. Let's say
Okay.
so. There's the raw scan.
Yeah, so they have to rescan it.
Yeah.
And then once you
There's,
get it
I mean,
in there,
this is my very first scan. So
yeah. So what is the process though? Once you get it in there, then you have to
that's
what?
another
Edit
process to
it
learn.
in another
Yeah. So
piece
this
of software.
right. So you can basically you're going to take the mesh, which is basically a bunch of triangles, and you're gonna export it to FreeCAD or whatever CAD program you want to use.
You've been using one on your iPad, right?
That's the one I really like. I don't know if I can do that with that.
Okay.
So I'm going to try. But the one for the iPad is Shaper 3D. That's
3D.
absolutely insane. It's amazing. Because you can basically draw things.
Right.
And you can extrude. You can do anything you want just with the pencil. Here it is in FreeCAD.
Okay.
What to do with it from there?
You gotta
It's
figure that
anybody's
out.
guess.
Okay. So in addition to the stereo work, you designed that?
I have to tweak it, but it'll be something like that. It's not exact. This tapers, I figured. I found out the hard way.
You measured, but it's...
Well,
I mean,
I
that's
only
pretty
measured-
good for...
Oh yeah, it's awesome, but it's not perfect. See how it goes?
Yeah.
And then this is offset because it wasn't even.
Okay.
So now I'm gonna just adjust this instead of trying to remount his EQ or whatever this thing is. Oh yeah, and then I'll close in the nose a little bit. And I might put a little bit more here.
So you designed that in that program you have for the iPad?
Yeah.
And printed it out with your 3D printer?
I sure did.
Good job.
Yeah, tell him it's gonna be awesome. Or it's gonna be awesome.
So you just made that?
Yeah, I just made the trim ring. I gotta mount it and then mount this thing. But
Oh, I like the little texture that you put in there. I thought it was going to be like a flat.
oh yeah, yeah, I designed that.
That was an accident?
That's just the way it came out.
That's neat.
Yeah, nice, huh?
Yeah.
So
Will you show me that 3D scan that you did for the piece that you're going to put here? Because you're making a plate to go there that
Yeah.
mimics what's already here.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, so now you've got the scan in the software that you use on your iPad.
No, I actually did this by hand.
Oh, just measured it.
Yeah.
Okay, that was anticlimactic.
What do you think?
Okay, so you remade it without the lines. That looks better. And test fit, everything works good.
Yeah.
But if we have time, you're going to see if we can find
Yeah, either
a
I'll do
Defender,
a Defender
logo like that.
logo or maybe just a Land Rover oval.
Move your hand.
Oh, sorry. But as far as fit, man, this thing is.
Yeah, that looks great.
I
You
can't even
keep
get
throwing
it
your
out.
big paws in the way.
Sorry. I might actually. What do you think about curving this edges too, just to match this, or keep
Yeah,
it
that
straight?
would look better. Why? Yeah,
'Cause-
because you curved up here, but you didn't curve down there.
Well, because if you look at this is curved, but then I just went straight here. I should have curved it.
Yeah, you should have curved it.
All right, I'll put a radius on there.
Okay.
And you think the thickness is good? Yeah.
Yeah, it fits
It's
nice.
perfect, actually.
Yeah, it fits nice.
All right.
Let me see it with the armrest down. Yeah, I think it should be rounded because it doesn't.
Oh, that's like, and then I'm remaking one of these with a nose piece.
With a nose piece? What do you
Yeah,
mean?
so the nose will extend down over this. So there's no gap.
Oh, okay.
It'll fit like a glove
Okay.
because this is my first attempt,
Okay.
or maybe third, but
It's a learning process.
I'm better now. Look at
Yeah.
this.
So the filler plate John made was pretty nice, but looked a little plain. So we did some Googling and tried to figure out what the closest font would be.
Euro style bowl.
Euro style bold.
And it looks good, but we still have a conflict somewhere. I don't understand.
We're gonna try to figure this out and print it off
in about 2.5 hours. We'll see what it looks like.
With everything buttoned up, John begins the tuning process.
Well, why don't you explain what you're gonna do?
Well, I have to start the car because it's going to turn off every like 7 minutes. But right now I'm just looking at levels.
You got the mic stand set up and you
Yeah.
are just looking at the levels, you said?
Yeah, I'm just looking at the levels so I can adjust accordingly.
Okay.
Clean input. So I had to take a lot of the signal away from the top end. I'll show you in a second. So here, so these are my inputs. So I'm only using 10% of the highs in the low, or in the back, and 80% of the, actually I can bring that back up. And in the front, because I'm mixing highs, mids, and lows, here's the breakdown. So 40% of 100, 90% of 100, and 100% of 100.
Yeah, so you really cut the top end output
Yeah,
from
big time.
or input. You
Input,
said.
right?
Okay.
It was insanely
Very bright.
crazy. Yeah, so now I have to go to my rear low input, which is there, and start adjusting this a little bit.
With the DSP amp installed, John recommends leaving the factory audio system in stereo for best sound quality. The conductor not only acts as a sub-level control, but it also functions as the client's preset selector. John provided the client with 6 different listening presets for various genres of music, and also added rear fill control.
The rear volume is probably
One of the main reasons I like to make these videos and post on my blog is oftentimes I'll be researching for a project for a client and I can't find the answers I'm looking for. I come up empty. And sometimes the only way to figure it out is to dive right into it. So I'm sharing this information in hopes that it will help at another shop like ours or another individual looking to do the same upgrade. One of the little surprises that we ran into was this little SOS telematics battery. Although it's standard practice in our shop to either put the car battery on a tender while we're working on it or disconnect it while we're doing an extensive upgrade, we do that to prevent errors on the dash. We didn't know that this little guy was still connected and quickly depleted over the course of the couple weeks while we did this upgrade. This resulted in an SOS telematics error on the dash. Luckily, this is a cheap enough part you can get off of Amazon. I want to say it was around $35. Replacing it resolved that message on the dash. But in the future, we may go ahead and disconnect this before proceeding with the work. Or alternatively, you can go into the Land Rover app and put the car in service mode. That's something I was unaware of, but I think that service mode only lasts for 72 hours. So depending on what type of upgrade you're doing, that may or may not be helpful, but it's something to be aware of if you are going to be doing work on this vehicle.
Something's happening there. I've never been this close from you. The smell of your perfume makes me leave the ground. Your voice is the rain falling on my house. Your love is the plane that takes me off. And your heart sounds like, and your heart.
I'm so nervous and excited.
Wow, this
How about
is
you?
lovely.
Pretty cool, right?
Oh my God, what a great job.
We printed a couple of these, so if anything
And
ever
this is
happens
the
to this one, we
overhead
just print
light?
another one. Yes.
Nice.
Yep. So.
Oh, that's on?
Yep.
Oh, very nice. Very cool.
And I got your playlist here.
Oh my God, this is so cool.
And then right now, this is your sub-level control is the defaults.
Okay. So now what do I do with this? That stays right the way it is, right?
Yes. So right now, that's just subwoofer control. Your defaults.
All right, and
Your volume. I know I had to figure out your volumes on the steering wheel control. It's a little far over here.
All the leaves on the trees are falling to the sound of the breezes that blow.
Oh my
And
God.
I'm trying to please to the calling of your
What do you
heart.
think?
Great. I love all the distinction.
The separation and detail.
I got the flute. And the bass feels so much more encompassing.
And at the same time, burning her, man. Now you know I ain't with that shit.
Wow. All right.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to play some bass-heavy stuff, there's a lot. It can
Okay,
perform.
so now I'm going to try mine,
Yes.
right?
Like the fire, you place the flowers
Wow.
in the vase
Nice, right?
that you
Yeah.
bought today.
John.
Yes,
it's
sir.
Night and day.
So you don't like it?
love
I
the
knew you would
sound.
like it.
No,
Isn't it
it's
awesome?
really.
It really
just,
is.
As I was saying to Andy, it's so in control.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, before it's like if I made adjustments or I did anything, like the tweeters wouldn't make it or the sub wasn't there. Or,
And it was very hard signal to deal with. All right, so basically, if you ever need to get this back, you can just lift this up like that, and then you can pull this up. This will slide down and in if you want, but here's your jack and everything right here.
All my stuff.
Yep, there's all your stuff. And if they ever have to work on this, they can. This is not covering anything really.
Yep.
This lifts
Oh,
right
the
out.
Defender thing looks great. Your the
Oh,
place
thank
is
you.
great.
That was Annie helped me with that too. She's like, no, it's too deep. It needs to be not just deep. It needs to be just like that.
Nice.
So yeah, this is awesome.
I was afraid, you know, that something might happen and the stereo would work and you'd never get the car started again.
And people have done that, but you know what's funny is that woofer that's under the seat. Its main purpose is to counteract with the road noise. So it's got these microphones.
They're
One-
all off now,
Nope.
right? Oh.
So everything, because you have to have them working or you're going to get errors everywhere. Things aren't
Okay.
going to work. So that's all working, but I just turned that input off and I cut the RPM or the tack wire going into the amplifier. Because that's
So it
how,
doesn't know how
that's
fast
how
you're
it
going.
knows its signal. But if you cut the microphone, you'll have system errors. It won't work.
Huh.
I did a lot of research on this. But, where's I going with that? So that woofer, basically, these microphones listen to the road noise. They figure out what frequency it is, and then they pump in out of phase the same frequency. So it cancels out the road noise.
How interesting.
A lot of cars do that now.
I'll just thank you very much.
Thank you.
And such a pleasure working with you guys. And I cannot tell you how much it means to me that you're a husband-wife team.
Aw.
We have so many husband-wife teams in what we do.
Yeah.
Construction, but mostly restoration. Awesome. So, not unlike you're doing. We're
Yeah.
taking things apart all the time. That's awesome. Yeah. And thank God for you two.
Yes. Yeah.
But thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed this content, please hit that like and subscribe, and I will see you all next time.